think I just fixed a problem with my audio, so hopefully the audio is getting better in these videos. But now what we're going to do is one more unit conversion. We are going to convert within units of temperature. So there's two temperature scales that we're going to use in this course, which is the degree, it is really a degree Kelvin, but the kelvins and the degree Celsius. So kelvins and Celsius are measured on the same units. So a degree Kelvin is the same as a degree Celsius. The biggest difference is where the scales start. So Celsius, they set the freezing point of water at 0 degrees Celsius, whereas for kelvins, they set 0 as absolute 0. So it is the coldest something can go until there's absolutely no motion. So kelvins and Celsius, especially if you're talking about a change in temperature, can be used interchangeably, but otherwise they'll say specifically whether you want kelvins or Celsius. Then there's our friend, the Fahrenheit. I thought about just leaving them off because I haven't done any other imperial conversions, but I thought I'll just keep it on because it's a commonly used temperature scale. So Fahrenheit is bizarre. Water freezes at 32. And if you want to know why, go and watch some cool videos. Crash Course has some great videos on the history of Fahrenheit. But all we're going to do is convert between the three. To convert between these three temperature scales, you're going to use the formulas on, I think it's page 3 of your formula sheet or of your information booklet. You can convert from kelvins to Celsius. You convert from Celsius to Kelvin simply by adding and subtracting 273.15. Whereas if you're going to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit, you use an absolutely bizarre conversion. That's fine. So if I wanted to go to kelvins into Fahrenheit, I could go kelvins to Celsius, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Or if I wanted to go from Fahrenheit to kelvins, I could go Fahrenheit to Celsius and then Celsius into kelvins. Here we go. Liquid nitrogen boils at 77.0 kelvins. What is the boiling point on the Celsius scale? So we're going to convert from kelvins to Celsius by subtracting 273.15. So temperature degrees Celsius will equal the temperature in kelvins minus 273.15. I'm going to put in the 77.0 and I'm going to do the subtraction. So I'm going to plug in 77.0. I'm just going to plug in 77 minus 273.15. And I end up with negative 196.15 degrees Celsius. But we just learned all about maintaining sig figs and precision in calculations. For this one, I'm subtracting, and so I am going to maintain my precision. My temperature is to 1 decimal place. Now, my conversion, I don't really need to factor in, so I'm just going to answer to my 1 decimal place, and I'm going to say that this is negative 196.2 degrees Celsius. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is convert from Celsius into Fahrenheit. So again, I look in my information booklet, I find the formula that converts from Celsius into Fahrenheit, and it is that temperature in degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 1.80 times the temperature in degrees Celsius plus 32. All right, go ahead, plug that in and see if you can answer to the correct number of sig figs. All right, so I'm going to plug in 1.80 times 39.1 plus 32. So I'm going to do the 1.80 times 39.1 plus 32. Sorry if you can hear my cat purring. He is deciding that he needs love. So 102.38, and then we should decide what we are going to round to. So when we look at this, we have 3 sig figs times 3 sig figs, and then we're adding 32. But again, all of this is a conversion, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my original. I'm going to say that there's 3 sig figs in my question, and so I'm going to answer to 3 sig figs. If I did it step by step, I probably come out to the same. So 1.8 times 39.1 comes to 70.38, so that's to the nearest tenth. And then I'm going to add 32, and then I go to the ones. it gets a little bit tricky, but I'm going to say that I would answer this as 102 degrees Fahrenheit. 3 sig figs in the question, 3 sig figs in my answer is usually the safest way to go. For this one, it was different. It was a simple calculation where I was just subtracting. And so for this one, I went to the nearest 10th. Okay, awesome. Give these ones a go, and then we'll continue.